This is only going to be as long as it takes me to make a egg and cheese. But this is going to be today's video. I'm currently recording this on my laptop, which is a bit different than what I usually record on. Usually it's on my phone, this shitty phone, but laptop. But yeah, it's only going to take, this video is probably going to be about the length it takes me to make an egg and cheese, which realistically isn't super long. And also, this pan be clean. Oh, that looks terrible on the camera. That looks terrible. Let me turn that. Ah, no, I want that on. You're just gonna have to deal with the light there and the how blinding it is. So I guess realistically, one of the first things you're gonna notice is that I have terrible posture. You know, gamer neck, as you may call it. Gamer neck. As of late, I have been, you know, this is a regular video format, a little bit different because I'm making food. I kind of want to look. The format's a little bit different than usual, but it is still one of my general videos. Me just updating what I'm up to. Get a good amount of butter on there, you know what I mean? Butter it up. Butter, baby. But like I was saying, this is really just a normal video that I usually make. Just formats different, making food. I've done one of these food videos a long time in the past, and it's called like it was just me making ham sandwich at like it's called like 1:30 ham sandwich or whatever. It's just me making a ham sandwich at 1:30 a.m. Nothing too crazy. This says what it is in the title of that video. It says what it is. But not much different than this, I guess, in that sense. Um, as of late, since the last time I talked, I think I talked about playing Flowers, Sun, and Rain and the Silver Case last time. So I haven't, I've had Flowers, Sun, and Rain on the mind still. Silver Case on the mind, to some extent. I think so. Since the last time I spoke on this channel, I that was what I spoke about last I was on this channel. Sorry, this is gonna be a little bit more of a longer, kind of rambly video, I guess, just because I'm not like speaking at the camera and have my thoughts just directly ready. Get that egg on it there, so we can start frying. I usually do 2 eggs, but for a sandwich, I find that the format of 1 egg is much easier to handle for me. I'm just like getting on there in a way that feels even and right. So yeah, last time I spoke on Fire, Sun, and Rain and stuff. Since last I spoke, I took my original Xbox that I have, my you know Xbox original or whatever Microsoft refers to it these days, and I opened it up and I removed my not my hard drive. I removed my disk drive from my Xbox, and I have another Xbox that it had an error, but it didn't start. So I took the disk tray from the Xbox that didn't work and put it in my working Xbox. So I got a working Xbox again. So first thing I do, play some of my games I bought for the Xbox that either I couldn't play because not working Xbox, or I'd only played on 360 if it was available in backwards compatibility. So I was playing a lot of Pro Skater 2X a few days ago, which I found to be a lot more enjoyable than playing the original PS1 version of the game. Just because better draw distance. I don't know if the controls felt more responsive. They felt good. They felt fine. Pro Skater 2, I think, is just kind of a rough feeling because it is originally a PS1 game, so it doesn't feel as smooth and clean as like your Pro Skater 4 or your 3s or your Undergrounds. That's my personal opinion. But I still went through and played through 2X. My thoughts on the game. I post on my backlogged Rosner. If you find this and you want to read my game reviews, which I doubt, but if you feel like it, backlogged, I'll put it in the description. Anyone who cares. It's where I write my opinions and feelings on the games. These videos are just kind of a place for me to talk about that in a more free environment, but I feel like in where I've written it down, I may have it done a little bit better. So I'm gonna lift up this egg, put a piece of bread on the pan, put the egg on the bread, and then toast the sandwich itself. Maybe get that centered a little bit better on the bread, the egg a little bit better. I think since last I spoke as well, I played through Deltarune's Chapter 3 and 4. I don't think I've talked about that because Deltarune, obviously, made by Toby Fox. So, great creator, Toby, don't tell me names good facts. You know? Overdone joke, probably. But Deltarune's Chapters 3 and 4 are absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I want to talk about them more. But I'll refrain from the spoilers. But they are very good, especially if you're a fan of Toby's work. Just it feels like it has, and you can feel like the budget being higher than it was. Like it feels like the budget's higher in a good way. But Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X, the Xbox port of Pro Skater 2, also has all the levels from Pro Skater 1 in it, as well as 5 new levels, 2 of which are pretty good, and the other 3 range from why did they make this to it's fine. Never let Treyarch make another level for Pro Skater. I love Call of Duty Zombies. Don't make a Pro Skater game, Treyarch. Thank God you only made this port. I love Treyarch. As of late, with the modern state of Call of Duty, I don't know how I feel fully. And this may look stupid. I'm just trying to put some extra butter on this bread so when I flip it, it'll get toasted real good. You might think I'm putting too much butter. I'd say there is such thing as too much butter, but for taste, I could probably lose the pound realistically. So maybe not use the butter as much butter as I do, but you know. Yeah, Pro Skater 2X is a good way of playing Pro Skater 2. It's on Xbox exclusively, so that's the only way you can play that version. I think the closest to the Xbox version is probably like graphically would probably be the Dreamcast port, but the Xbox version probably looks a little bit. It still looks like Pro Skater 2. Don't get me wrong. The models are still like the same, but they probably can look a little bit nicer, seeing as they're on Xbox hardware, which is much much nicer than even PS2 hardware. I mean, the thing can barely run Half-Life 2, so that's a feat for the day. That when the Xbox came out, that's a feat. That's impressive. But yeah, Deltarune's awesome. I don't really have much to say about that, honestly. It's just very good. Play it if you have it. More cringe thing is the past couple days. I I have a friend who likes Zenless Zone Zero, which is like, made by the same people who make Genshin. And so, like, gotcha games kind of have that stink to them, that stigma. But I was like, fuck it, I'll try Zenless Zone Zero. And, it's fun. I think it's fun. I don't know if I would recommend it to anyone. But I thought it was alright. It has decent gameplay. Gotcha elements haven't bothered me too much. I'm broke, so definitely not putting your money, wasting it on the game. Not wasting any money because I'm broke. You turn that off. Since I'm done cooking. And you don't want to look at that. Let me raise the camera a little bit so I can talk a little bit more. Um, yeah, but I'm happy to have my original Xbox fixed up, which is really that's like one of the big things for me. That's an egg and cheese, not bad. I don't think it looks terrible. Definitely pretty cheesy. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Thought I'd speak on that a little bit. Put my backlog down in the description, so if you want to check that out, you can. But yeah, don't really have much else to say. I've just not really. I played Dungeons and Dragons. At our second session, we're doing like me and a friend, and some people who knows. It's like we're doing a once a month thing, so we don't get burnt out. We got our second session. It was a good time. You know, I play this crazy character who's kind of like between. It's got a lot going on. He's a very interesting character. I was worried that I was doing too much because he's like we use this official race called the Disembodied, which I think is kind of a setting specific race, but we usually tool stuff so we can like mess around with it and have more freedom with it, like story wise, and have more fun with it. So we're not going off of actual lore stuff for it, realistically. But I'm playing this. He's kind of like you know he's supposed to feel kind of out of place. He kind of I guess probably looks kind of cowboyish without being too cowboyish. Kind of long coat, big hat. He looks you kind of see through him, but it's like what you see is more skeletal, and it's playing with the race and the ideas. So it's not like it's a little homebrewed, so it's a little messy, but it's fun, and kind of his whole thing is since he's a being that's been he's a guy that's lived for an innumerable amount of time. I'm not even. I've actually asked my friend to not tell me how old he is, but we know he's very old, and it could predate like it could even be like a society, like there could have been like a societal fall. Like it's like there's a lot of openness to my characters, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. I won't get into the other part of it, but they're also very cool. Um, just our we have a fun ragtag team. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I think it's been about a month since I last posted because I think I would have posted around my birthday. But June 23rd at 11:44 is when this is being recorded. Yeah, Have a good one, y'all.